Ron Young of VFW Communications. The tech tip for this month is voice over IP with AI and voice transcription. Have you ever been on a call, didn't take the right notes down, and missed something of what your customer wanted or the problem that you promised them? With voice transcription on your voice over IP phone, it will give you the whole call transcribed and also recorded, and then recap the quality of the call on how it was directed. So if you're trying to train a salesperson, you can have their calls recorded through the day, and at the end of the day, recap on the information they gave the customer and the procedure that they put that in. In other words, did you BS too much in the beginning of the call and the customer wanted to go to the facts? Because along with this service, it also detects voice inflection of where to go. Now, in a larger level, like in a contact center or call center, it will pop up a script to guide that agent to handle a call properly. Any more information on that, please contact Eagle Communications at 615-278-9896 and let us build a strategy to make you more productive. Hi, Ron Young of VFW Communications, and with me today I have Jim Africano, and we're going to cover two nonprofits today. The first one we're going to do is VFW Auxiliary 4575. And then in the second half of the portion, we're going to do Purple Paws. Jim has his hands in everything and also gives back to the community like I do. Jim, give us a little bit of an idea of when you approached me to be on the auxiliary, what was your passion to be part of an auxiliary to help work with vets?
Well, thank you for having me today. My passion goes back to family. My father's a Marine who served in Vietnam War. And I was actually disabled and was not able to join the military, but I always had a passion for helping community and for our veterans. I've had several different ways to help as far as being a booster for the VFW. I was in Rolling Thunder, which serves a POW MIA mission, and I was approached to become president of the auxiliary. It was 12206. We just had a merger.
Yep.
And I wanted to create what I call not your traditional bake sale auxiliary. And so I wanted to reach out to key members in the community who could qualify as an auxiliary member. And you were one of the first to come to mind because I've known you for well over a decade, probably closer to two, but that's going to start aging us pretty quick.
Exactly.
And I knew you had the heart and the community outreach to really help make this auxiliary great. So thank you for becoming a board member, and I think we're going to be doing some great stuff this year.
Well, I mean, I had the same passion. My dad was also in World War II in the Navy, and I actually visited when he was stationed in Hawaii, visited the area that he was based on his PT boat, and told me some story of dolphins when he was swimming in the ocean over there. So my passion kind of was the same thing, like a memory of him to help along and assist with veterans. And I think we put together a good auxiliary, and I like the idea that we came to the point of we're not going to do bake sales, but we're going to do events at Hot Springs.
Yeah, the thing about the auxiliary that is nice is basically you have to be related to a service member that served time overseas during wartime, but our mission isn't just solely for veterans. It's for the community. It's for the outreach. It's for raising up the youth. And we get to do that through different mentoring programs, different events, and things like hosting concerts at Hot Springs here in Murfreesboro. We may not do bake sales, but we put on amazing breakfasts.
Yeah.
Heroes Den was nice enough to allow us to do that. And what we have over 500 people come through on
500
breakfast.
people through the breakfast, pancake breakfast with the veterans, which was in conjunction with the VFW itself, 4575. But things that we've accomplished in a year's time of getting just a bunch of business people together, which is what your goal was to do that, was a lot within a year's time. We fumbled with everything else. Okay. But we did, by near the end of the year, got our ball rolling. And talk a little bit about what we did for Thanksgiving and Christmas to the vets that we helped there.
So as we're building the board, now we're in recruiting of membership, but we wanted to do something as the holidays came up, and one was Thanksgiving. We were trying to adopt families, and we did a good job with that. But one of our other local VFWs, 8422, which is in Smyrna, they actually have a actual building that they have 24/7. They own it, and they were doing a Thanksgiving free for all the veterans and the family. So what we did is instead of adopting more families, we actually helped offset their costs and sponsored a good portion of their Thanksgiving. And that was a great feeling. We were able to pull that together in a couple weeks and raise some
Yeah.
and raise some great funds. Christmas was amazing. We actually did do
Yeah.
some great adoption of families. There was a single mother who needed some help, and we were able to give a great financial donation that actually
Yeah.
got them through Christmas in the year, and rent too. And then we actually adopted one who was going to be possibility of homeless, and we donated to help sponsor hotel rooms during the cold nights
Right.
during the holidays. So that is some of the great stuff we were able to do just this holiday season. 2025, we've got a lot of things planned, including a monthly mixer. You want to talk about how
Yeah.
that's been going? Because you'll get up there and sing.
The mixers have been fun. What we're doing is try to get the community involved. So it's an open networking event mixer at Heroes Den the last Thursday of every month. So we're just trying to
Thursday.
get the fourth Thursday of the month.
Sometimes there's 5 Thursdays.
Yeah, okay, the fourth Thursday of the month. Okay, I stand corrected. It's been a long day already. But so far, we've had some good people show up, small businesses, to get them involved in the community for the VFW or for the VFW and, in our mission to help vets. And the first time we had karaoke events, I guess almost every auxiliary member got up there and sang, so we had some fun too. But during the pancake breakfast, we were talking to some of the veterans, and we asked them what they wanted to do for them. And this is out of the Tennessee Veterans Home, and they said, well, they want to be able to the auxiliary something that is comfortable to them. So Heroes Den, kind of based on a lot of military there, and they wanted to be able to dance and have a couple drinks and some camaraderie. So we finally got 2 businesses locally to donate $150 each, because what we want to do is pay their bar tab for the night. Not get them drunk, but have a couple of drinks, have some fun, and then go back to the Tennessee Veterans Home. So that is going to happen next month because we couldn't get the veterans there, but it looks like we're gaining some momentum on that, and I really like that idea.
Yeah, we have it we have it lined up. This is going to be, like I said, a monthly thing, and hopefully we'll have the sponsors that we can have the VA home veterans coming in every month,
Right.
and show them a great time. Let them know they're not alone. Let them know there's people in this community who do care for the ones there, and the others, any veterans who just need the support and need to know that the community's there for them.
And if you want to sponsor, and I'll let you do the plug of who to call and contact. But if you do want to sponsor one of these events, $150. We feel we're trying to get 2 to 3 sponsors per event. And Jim, how do they contact you in order to donate?
Well, we have our social media. We have our Facebook page that is VFW Auxiliary 4575 public. And then actually, if you do become a member, we actually have a members page, and then also an officers page. But the Facebook page is the best one. If not, you can actually reach to me directly. My cell phone is 615-995-4364. And that is the easiest and quickest way to contact me, text me, however. Also, if you want an opportunity to become part of our auxiliary, doing great stuff, having a lot of fun, and being around great people,
Yep.
do the same thing. Reach out through either social media or just give us a call. We are happy to help and do some great stuff for our community and our veterans.
Yeah, that's one thing that we do need to do. We want to grow this auxiliary so we can get some different ideas from different people. And in order to be on the auxiliary, we'll repeat this one more time, is you have to have had a family member that served overseas. So a father, a grandfather, or you can go sideways, a son, a daughter. That qualifies you to be on the auxiliary.
Correct.
If you have served, then that qualifies you to be part of the VFW. So we are looking for members to qualify so we can grow auxiliary and get more ideas, more hands to help out. And so that's another thing that we're really looking for.
Yeah, we're looking at doing a 4x4 event at Hop Springs, a few more concerts that are coming lined up. And what else do we have planned?
Well, we're going to assist with the ruck and Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, there's a ruck coming up. And that's going to be, it's a free event, and you can actually walk for, you can be a veteran or walk for a veteran. It's going to be a great camaraderie, great place to hang out, and should be some great weather, hopefully. It is Tennessee, it can change.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you want to get involved, either give Jim a call or go on the Facebook page, VFW 4575 Public, to ask for information and learn a little bit more about the auxiliary. We're going to take a quick break here and then come in and talk about Purple Paws.
Sounds good.
Okay, and we're back. Jim had to change his shirt for the other thing that he had. I've been involved supporting Purple Paws probably about as long as I've known you.
Yeah, it's pretty fair. You've been around since the beginning.
Since the beginning. So I'm going to let you start about that. It's a wonderful nonprofit that basically what they do is they assist charities. And correct me if I'm wrong, and you're going to get your piece in a minute. But they actually help nonprofits that do cat rescue, dog rescue, wildlife rescue. And I'll let you get a little more detail on that.
Sure. Purple Paws started in, 2014,
Yep.
11 years ago. It was supposed to be a singular wine event, henceforth the Purple Paws, at a place that used to be in downtown Murfreesboro called Let's Make Wine. And it grew quickly to a concept. Ironically, the event never happened that we wanted to do. And we started doing monthly mixers. And we found a unique mission. We were all animal lovers. And what we realized is these rescues were great at rescuing, but not always great at running their nonprofit like an actual business.
Right.
We had several business leaders that were coming to these mixers, owners, upper management, community leaders, and we found a great niche. Helping rescues rescue more is our tagline. And what we do is our board of directors is CEOs and upper management, and we help these nonprofits manage the 501 like an actual business. We teach them how and when to market. There's simple things like what time you're supposed to post on Facebook, what time you're supposed to post on Instagram. And you have these people who are out there trapping all night and, oh my gosh, they forgot to post, so they just throw something out there. And we take the time not only to teach them at no charge, we will create and host events.
Yep.
We do this monthly. We do several different events, and we usually do monthly mixers. We put on the event, we advertise the event, and then we actually give the money to the nonprofit that we've chosen for that month.
Actually, there was one year that we actually created through the year enough money to make them a 501(c).
Yes, there were, as we lovingly call the crazy cat ladies. You know who you are. And they probably admit it, so it's okay. We wanted to sponsor them, but at the time we were only doing 501(c)(3s. So what we did is we did a fundraiser and paid for them to become one. Yep. And helped them organize it and everything else. And they were one of our first years, so they're looking at now a decade of rescuing in the area. And at the time, our local animal control euthanization rate was sadly over 90%. Because of these cat rescues and their TNR, which is trap, neuter, release programs, they are down to in the teens. And the ones that usually make it to animal control usually find a home now. So that's just one of the stories. We've been able to donate almost $100,000 over the years to local animal rescues. You've created a fun little game because he is a.
I was going to
he's one of the crazy cat men.
I was going to go there. I had at the time I had 6 rescues, 6 cat rescues. I'll let Jim kind of talk about the challenge.
So one of our events, we had a couple businessmen there, and after a couple glasses of wine, they decided, let's have a little fun. And Ron threw out, let's create an eagle challenge. He was going to match donations at right there on the spot. Had a game where you match donations, and Ron and another gentleman really got into it, and we raised hundreds of dollars. And both of them had to pull out their checkbooks because they didn't have the cash on them to cover it, and we did some great work.
It was actually on a cat day. Okay, so all the cats were there. But what happened is, how I meant to get at it is, after I had my challenge and I matched, he came out and he upped it and he said he would match. And so everybody, I mean, we're asking because I was a sponsor of the event. So all I was doing was saying, hey, you got, dig in your pockets, you got $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 match. Well, he came up and he goes, well, I'll match up to this amount. And so we kind of had a double challenge and came away with quite a few $100.
Yeah, I think that event almost raised $2,000 in 2 hours, which is local business owners and maybe 20 people there. It was an amazing night, and we've had several of those over 10 years. We used to do a Marty Paws gala, which was a black tie affair, and we've done kitten and puppy yoga, where we've been doing that in 2024. Now we're going to be doing that again in 2025. So you'll actually get to do yoga while adoptable furry critters are running around. It is a great fun event, and it's free. It's a donation based event. Most of our stuff is free or low cost, and the money goes back to the charity that's there.
Yeah, we just had one this year. Or was it near the tail end of last year where we had the cat rescue there also? And basically over the years, the Eagle Challenge has been like a don't challenge an eagle, okay? Okay, because I put my money where my mouth is, and if it's a charity, like I've always said, and a nonprofit that I totally believe in, this is one of them. I want to try to get as much money for them as I can, and challenge people to say, hey, I did this. You want to match me, or you do this, and I'll match you. And it's worked out well. And again, it comes from the heart. It doesn't come from being, just to do something. I really care about the animals. Now, my wife won't even kill a fly. She took 2 hornets out of the house yesterday by putting them in a thing and took them outside to where I was ready to get the spray bottle. So even my family life is that of, yes, I'll kill an insect, but no, I've taken in stray cats, and Jim helped me find a place for one of them where we paid the vet bills before the cat got sent off and found that cat a home. So I feed deer in my yard. I feed turkeys in my yard. But pets like animals and dogs, the way that they're being treated and kicked out of the houses is something that I want to take care of and get rid of.
Well, to learn more about Purple Paws, you can actually go to purplepawstn.org, or we actually have an Instagram, Purple Paws, and a Facebook page. You can also reach out to me, again, through my phone at 615-995-4364. If you know, though, of a animal nonprofit, whether it's domestic, wild, agricultural, we can help. So if you know of a nonprofit that's just getting started or just needs some guidance, have them reach out to us. You reach out to us. We're always looking for volunteers for fun events. We're already putting together the 80s prom again. We did an 80s prom this year. That was an absolute blast. Ron didn't get to come, but again, he sponsored it. So thank you. He sent people in his stead. 80s music, dancing. Everybody wore their best 80s attire, which was my normal high school attire, so that was my prom wear, I guess.
Yeah, well, it wasn't mine, but
that's the 70s prom.
I was a decade earlier, but anyway.
But We have some exciting stuff coming up, and we are planning on a record year for giving back to our animal community.
Anything currently coming up that's in place? Just
Probably puppy yoga at the downtown social in Smyrna. And then if you just want to see some unique and fun adoptable pets through our 501s, we do a spot on Good Morning Murfreesboro every Friday morning. We have a new adoptable pet.
Sounds good. Jim,
All right.
thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
We'll talk to you soon. And get a hold of Jim about VFW 4575 on how to get involved, how to become a member, and then also Purple Paws to help nonprofits profit.
We're always looking for volunteers and new nonprofits to help. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks. Thanks, Jim.